Howdy folks, Anson Garcia here with Tier 2 UC Engineering, and what I'm going to be demonstrating for you today is the Android Cisco Jabber client and the iPhone Cisco mobile client. Alright, so this client right here and this client right here. What you're looking at on your screen is an Android device on your left here, and over here on the right that is a iPhone 4. So this is Android, this is actually a Droid X, iPhone 4. Alright, so the first thing you will notice that the names aren't aligned. So that, as I understand it, the next version of Cisco mobile client, Cisco Jabber client for Android are going to be unified under the Jabber name. So this would be on the left here, we would call this Jabber for Android, and then on the right, on the iPhone here, would be Jabber for iPhone. So those names will become aligned, as I understand it, within the next couple of months. So let's go take a look first at the Android device and the Jabber for Android. Okay, so this is the first screen you come to. This is, to me, is like a splash screen or a screen with some shortcuts at the bottom, and it's something on the front of the client. There's some things behind here, but this is what I call the front face of it, or something like that. It's very different than the mobile mobile client for iPhone. So you'll see that in just a second. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to home, and I just want to show you, if I go into our Android mobile client down here, that's what it looks like when I first go into it. Alright, and what I'm trying to demonstrate is, if I go into my Android phone, it's different than when I go into my Jabber, Cisco Jabber client, mobile client, SIP client. Alright, okay, now let's just take a look over here on our iPhone. Let's go into the Cisco mobile UC client on iPhone. There it is, and that's what it looks like. Alright, going back to home here. And now I'm going to go to my iPhone mobile phone. Okay, sorry, I meant to have that. It goes back to the last place you were at. I wanted to go to the keypad here. Okay. Again, you can see very similar on the iPhone side. It doesn't matter if I go into my iPhone mobile phone or my Cisco mobile phone. They look very, very similar. Right? The only way I can tell that I'm in my iPhone, in my Cisco mobile UC client, is I have some extra stuff right up here. The Cisco emblem, this little green phone, and then I can certainly tell that that's not my mobile number right there. Okay? So again, just to show you one more time, go back. Alrighty, you see how we don't see anything up here? But everything else looks very, very similar. Alrighty, go back to the Android. Let's start from the bottom to top. Let me go into my mobile client over there on the iPhone. Bottom to top. Here's my what they're calling on the Android side phone shortcuts. So there's my dial pad. This is my directory, and this is my recent. These are nothing more than phone shortcuts I put on my dial pad. There's my dial pad. Now here are my tabs. So the other two buttons, which were recent and contacts, right? Or actually they had contacts and then recent. They had the middle button, contacts, and the right button is recent. There are tabs right in here also. So basically what they did is they made some shortcuts into this particular screen. Alright, let's go back. If I go in the directory here, you can very well see that I'm kind of in the same place, but I'm on my contacts tab. If I go back and I click on my recent, my history, whatever you want to call that, I'm really in the same screen, but I'm in this tab. Alright, and while you're in here, you can still click over. So I think that's a little odd myself. So that's what those three are for. Let's go on up here. Dial options. So dial options gives you the ability to set what number when you dial, and it may strike everyone as strange, but when you dial either your Android mobile phone on your mobile phone dial pad, or you're in the Cisco Jabber client on the mobile phone or the dial pad, it'll catch either one. Alright? It allows you to choose what phone do I want to use to call out. My mobile phone that's on my cellular mobile network, or my SIP client, my Cisco Jabber over-the-top client that's SIP registered to my UCAS CUCM. Alright, and you have three options. Always use work number. Work number it deems as your Cisco Jabber number. Always use mobile number. That's your cellular number. And then you can select, this middle one, select per call. So every time you make a call, whether it be when you're on your mobile dial pad or the Cisco Jabber dial pad, it's going to come up and ask you. Alright, to me that seems a little strange. If I go into my mobile cellular dial pad, chances are I want to use that one. If I go into my Cisco Jabber dial pad, chances are I want to use that one. So I wish there was another option to say, use whatever dial pad I'm in at the time, or something like that. Alright, let's go back, work our way up. Call voicemail. This is nothing more than a button like on your IP desk phone, where you have a dedicated voicemail button. You push that button and it's going to dial voicemail. Alright, I also get an indication of how many voice messages I have. So that's kind of nice. I rather see this number indicator somewhere else, maybe on the icon of my app itself on my home screen, or somewhere up in here. Alright, that's my preference myself. Okay, then we have this strange animal up here. A search button and a text box. So what this is your corporate directory search text box. I know to me that seems a little strange, because we have our directory button over here. When I click this directory button though on the bottom here, that brings my local contacts up. Alright, let's go back. If I click this button, if I click this text box up here and start searching for somebody, this is searching my LDAP directory, my corporate directory, if we want to geek speak it, we're talking about LDAP integration, our directory inside CUCM, or our LDAP integration that's into Active Directory, or what have you. So what we're doing here is not searching our local contacts, we're searching our directory, our corporate directory. Alright, so if I search for somebody here, let me see if I can I started searching for Jack, and I see Jack Sparrow comes up. Right, again, that's LDAP integration to my corporate directory. And then I can choose Jack if I wanted to, and his information will come up, and then from here I can add to my local contacts if I wanted to. I don't have much information in my LDAP. I would get more if there was more. Alright, let's go back. Now, I'm saying this is strange, and you'll see why in a moment, because the iPhone is completely different, and I think a little bit more polished. The fit and finish of the application is a little bit better in my view. Okay, so going up a little bit further, we have the Cisco Jabber name, and then we have this number right here. This is our corporate number. You could call this your SIP, over the top client number. This is basically your DID on UCAS CUCM. Alright, that's the number that this SIP client is using. And then on a little bit further, this right here, this indicates that I have voicemail. So again, I don't really like that. I'd like to see like this and maybe a 1 on top of it or something like that. Just tell me how many voicemails I have. But basically it's just like an MWI light. It's just, if it's on there, I know I have 1 or more voicemails. And then I have this icon. This is the icon that tells you that your iPhone, that your Jabber client is actually running in the background, right? Registered. And it has a couple of colors. It can be, as it is, kind of a grayish black background, meaning everything is, all systems are go, or it can be red, meaning that something's not right, it's not registered or something like that. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to go over here? I think that's a pretty good review of the Cisco Jabber client. Let's go over to the iPhone here on the right now. So, real quick, I'm going to start at the bottom. Again, let's start on the left. I have my favorites. All right, so if I add any contacts to favorites here, I can quickly go in there and choose them real quick to speed dial and what have you. And then I have my recents. Okay, it looks like I missed a call from Elizabeth, I missed a call from Anson, and then I received a call from Anson that I actually took. And just in the traditional way that that iPhone look and feel, I always have this. I'm very familiar with that button. If you have an iPhone, you're familiar with this button where you can click for more information. So maybe I want to click to get more information on Elizabeth, and then maybe I want to call her back. I want to text this particular number. I want to create a new contact, or I want to add this number to an existing contact. It's a little bit more features here, a little bit more feature rich. Again, a little bit more polished in my opinion. Alright, let's go back over here. Alright, let's go to the next button. Here are my contacts. Now, this is where I think this is very intuitive to me. Here are my contacts, and then there's this button up here. So, this is my directory button. This is my corporate, if I wanted to search my corporate directory, my LDAP integration, whatever we want to call it, UCAS LDAP directory, CUCM LDAP directory, UCAS LDAP integration, whatever verbiage you want to use. But this is the button I would use to search. So just like over here where I search for Jack on the Android phone, here I have, it's a little bit cleaner where if I click on my contacts, my local contacts come up first. And if I want to search the corporate directory because I don't have a particular person's number, then I can click on this button right here, and then I can go ahead and search for that particular person. Let's search for Jack again. Here where these phones are connected to the same system, so they're searching the same directory. And there's Jack Sparrow, and again I can get more information from him here, and copy to iPhone contacts. Alright, so to me, and I think you probably have discovered this already by looking at this demonstration, this is a little cleaner and a little bit better fit and finish, I think, than having a directory button down here. And let's say you're in this directory on your Android down here, and you go in here and you discover you're searching for Jack Sparrow, and you discover you don't have Jack Sparrow's number. Then you have to go back out. Right, sorry for the delay. A lot going on here in my PC. I'd have to then come back up here and then search for Jack. Right? Okay. Back out. Sorry, I went a little too far. Okay, next button on the bottom is my keypad. As I showed you before, very similar. The only way I know is that I'm in the Cisco mobile client for iPhone is this particular indicator up here. And then my voicemail. Alright, now this is where it really leaves the Android client behind. And this is where you can really tell that they had some, they're a lot further along on the iPhone. Alright, so I click my voicemail. Now these aren't, even though this looks exactly, in fact I'm going to go back out here, and we're going to look at our voicemail for the iPhone. Alright, I'm going to get out of this client. I've just exited Cisco mobile client. I'm going to go into my mobile phone, my iPhone mobile phone. Let's look along the bottom here. I got a voicemail button. I click that voicemail button. I see voicemails here. All right, now these voicemails are different, but look at the display. It's identical to what our Cisco mobile client has. I got my all my voicemails that have been left, the dates they've been left. I can gather more information. I have that little greater than sign to gather more information. I have a little scroll bar here if I need to rewind or fast forward or something like that. I have a callback, delete, and then let's go back out. Let's go look at the iPhone. Okay, this is different voicemail box. This is the voicemail box in my UCAS environment, but you can see it looks identical, and I don't have to learn anything new. Everything's the same, and I have visual voicemail. Right? We didn't have that on the Android. Remember what we looked at over here as far as voicemail. All we really had was call voicemail. So really what we had is a 2E interface over here. And then over here in the iPhone world, we have a rich experience, visual voicemail, gather even more information from that particular person. I can call back right from here. I can text message. I can add to existing contacts. So I can do a lot of things right here. I can interact and mark it as unread. Things like that. So I have a much richer experience with the iPhone Cisco mobile client as far as voicemail is concerned. Alrighty, and I'm just going to play one of these for you here, just so you can see. See, I get my pause button there. That's a very short message, but I get my pause button there, and then I can pull the scroll bar over. You saw that scroll bar kind of go across, and things like that. And then I can, hit my speaker there if I wanted to listen to it on my speakerphone. Okay, so I think I've given you, I didn't go into detail on all the settings or configuration or anything like that, and I did that on purpose. I did what I wanted to give you, just an overview of how everything works and how the two compare. So hopefully this has been beneficial, and Any comments are welcome. Please put comments on this video, and thank you for watching.